My brain's saying go Whitaker, my heart's saying go Gastelum, so I'm gonna go Gastelum.
I gotta tell you, your words confuse me.
I'm standing there with the bat, and then here comes this Bugs Bunny pitch. Oh. Where is this going?
I like it because he makes some sense right until like the last 4 or 5 seconds, and then everything goes different than what he just said, and a different name comes out of his mouth.
Throwing Jabs, available for download on your favorite podcast platform.
Well. What are we looking at today? Yes. Can't wait to see this new background. Zach, I'm waiting for you to send it, man. Don't know what it's at. It's time for Speaking of Rio. Yes, it is, Ovi.
Oh, my.
Hey, we already got comments going.
Zach, I haven't seen Zach in forever. Where have you been?
Zach has been doing Zach, you know.
Well, I hope Zach has enjoyed it.
I hope so too, you know. So, Carlos, let's see. How do we get into this? So, last week.
Was it
COVID?
Did I get COVID?
Yeah, was it just a flu?
I don't know.
You know,
I have to say, I'm going to say I'm thankful. You know, I took a self-test. I jabbed that thing in my nose and put a cotton swab into places in my nostril I didn't know existed. I was sneezing like a bear. That made me sneeze like for minutes. I'll say that the shots have made me more sick than COVID, but I guess that's a knock on wood statement too. So I'll be thankful for that. But it was the booster, man. The booster pretty much just messed me up. Left me. This one was different. Like I remember when I took the first 2 shots. The second shot, you know, kind of took me out for a day. And that was it. You know, by the day after, I was fine. The fever was gone and moving on. This one, it just kept coming and going. Like I'd be fine in the morning. I'd get home, I'm freezing. You know, take medicine. I'm wrapped up, ready to call in sick. I wake up, I'm fine again. Then by the time I get home, once again, get home, I'd be, you know, feeling cold and shivery again. So this booster was not like the last shot. It kept messing me up for a few days. So I played it safe. I extended my weekend, I guess, and won't complain. But man, now the test that I took here, you know, with the swab and everything, came back negative. So I'm thankful. My coworker just got it. She tested positive today, and we work in the same office. So now I got to kind of be careful. But I just took a booster, so I don't know, man. I'm lost. It's like now I don't know if I should be worried or if the booster will come and save the day. But I did my due diligence trying to protect the family, especially my mom. So we'll see if the booster does what it was intended to do, or as we've seen on numerous occasions, it's not. So there we are, Frank. I don't know. But technically, no COVID for me. No COVID for me, not yet. Or maybe I've had it where I've had it, but
okay, all right. No, that's good then. That's actually
Yeah.
good news to hear that you didn't.
yeah. But I was there, I was a trooper. I still enjoyed the show last week. The fever was light when I did it, but I was here. I'm like, I'll do it. I don't think I'm hallucinating, so I'm pretty sure I'll be coherent. I'll be all right.
No, yeah. I mean, you did pretty good last week. We cut the show off on time, and normally we'll sit down and talk shit, and you just went. See you later. So it's all good. It's all good, man. That's not too bad, So, so again, Carlos gonna get COVID.
No, not yet. At least to my knowledge, I didn't. Again, it's funny, Frank. I mean, I know you've heard the stories. You've got people talking about like taking a test one day, coming back positive, then they take it later that day, and it's negative, positive, negative. So the testing is now, in my opinion, unreliable. The shots, I think the only thing the shots are doing, and I'm not even sure if we can say that now, but I guess the shots are making the symptoms less severe, but it doesn't seem like
that's been the whole thing of the shot.
It doesn't seem like anything that was supposed to work is working the way it was intended to. So it's a mess right now. But
in what sense? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, vaccines are pretty much supposed to protect you from whatever it is you're getting the shot for, and that's not happening. So again, it's not a booster. It's more like what's the proper term for it? Like a diffuser, or maybe it's just something. Oh, nice. It's just basically something to kind of like tamper things down, but it ain't stopping anybody from getting sick. So it's not really a vaccine, and wouldn't even call it a booster. It's like a Band-Aid before the injury, is it, if anything. I think that's the best way to put it.
So let's see if I get this right. So you're not calling this a vaccine, period?
It's not really working as intended. No. I mean, you've seen the reports.
How
vaccinated and unvaccinated are getting sick. They're all getting sick. Everybody's getting sick.
Okay, right, but they've always said that the vaccine was that you were still able to get it. I know at the very beginning. Let's come back here. At the very beginning, they always said that, hey, yeah, you're not going to get it because you get the vaccine.
Wrong, right?
Wrong. Now, as we know, within the time frame that went along, you can get it, but your symptoms are much less. So somebody that
right. But does that make it a vaccine? I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, it helps. I'm not saying it doesn't help. Let's make sure we're clear. I'm not saying it doesn't help. Obviously, I would prefer less symptoms or less severe symptoms to full blown. So I'm not saying it didn't help, but I wouldn't really call it a vaccine or even a booster. Just like I said, a Band-Aid before the injury.
I think they call the booster because it's just an extra shot that you're getting for the vaccine.
But I think it gave everybody a false sense of security, because the booster was I think originally advertised as all right, hey, the first 2 shots were waning out, so you need that third one to continue protecting yourself. And from what I'm seeing, no one's really being protected. Omicron's getting everybody. So,
but how do you? No, I think you're wrong there. I think people are getting protected.
from what? We're out there. Everyone's getting sick.
From getting extremely sick, from ending up in the hospital.
So we're not. Again, I'm coming from the angle where it was supposed to like protect us. Again, like you said, the message was if you get vaccinated, you're not going to get it. Remember, this was supposed to be a pandemic of the unvaccinated. Ooh, bullcrap. We're all getting it.
But you know what? That's what I'm sorry, but I think a lot of it is a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
But the vaccinated are still getting sick.
Okay, but again, the ones that are not vaccinated are the ones that are ending up in the hospitals. Majority of them, okay, are the ones ending up in the hospitals, okay, and eventually dying from it.
The ones who are dying, Frank, I mean, you know what? The CDC's come out now. They've had to correct themselves. Like most people who are actually dealing with severe cases are people that have had comorbidities. They've got other issues. They're super overweight, or they're diabetic, or they've got something else that's already jacking up their system. And then COVID's coming in and it's like tag teaming in wrestling. All right. If you're healthy and you don't have the vaccine, you're going to get sick and you're probably going to feel it really good. But healthy people are not really dying from Omicron. Sick people are. And the CDC had to come out and admit that. They're like, yeah, most of the people who are dying have like 4, I think they said 4 comorbidities or something like that. So, I mean, look, I'm not telling anyone not to get the booster, whatever. I did it. So I'd be a hypocrite if I'm like, no, don't do it. No, go ahead and do it. It's just not, like I said, it's not so much a booster as much as it is like just something to kind of alleviate what could be. And see, now, if you, Frank, were like 20, I don't know if I would tell you to get the booster, man. 20-year-olds are like stock healthy and ready to go. I'm almost 50. I'm fat. so I don't mind. I don't mind. It helps me out.
I think that if I was in my 20s, to be really, really, really honest, I don't even think I would have gotten vaccinated.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I think we would all be like.
The fact that I have all these whites.
Yeah, and you're letting them grow too. What's the plan there, Stan? I see that.
Dude, you know what? I try. I'm letting it grow. I thought about dyeing them.
Dyeing it? Oh, yeah. No. You're going to do that just for men nonsense and look like a ballpoint pen? Don't do that, man.
You know what?
Flex the gray, man. Be proud of those.
You know, I dyed my beard once. Believe it or not. I dyed my beard. And dude, it was, let me tell you, man, the whites, as much as the girls dig it, or the ladies, let's hear, I'm older now, so as much as the ladies dig the white hair, man, sometimes you like looking rude, you like looking young. And I did it, and let me tell you,
this right here represents work. This represents like the grind that is life. All right, don't ever hide that. You flex it.
yeah, definitely.
Never hide the grays, man. You be strong and be proud of them. I know I am. I don't ever hide the gray. So.
Definitely.
But I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Well, that's great. I'm super glad you are. All right, so at least it wasn't COVID.
If I was super sick, I would have done the show like from a hospital bed and been like, "Yo, I'm here." Obi, man.
Well, what did Obi say?
You can't.
I don't like the white hairs in the
coming
chin,
out
though.
from everywhere. They're here to stay, man.
No, hey, you know what, Carlos? I actually want to hear what you think about this real quick. Let's see. Inflation blame.
Bidenflation.
You see this?
I love those things, man. I love them.
Let me know what you think about this. I'm going to leave this up.
Good point, Obi.
And I just need to know what you think. Let's see. Hold on. Oh, what? I stopped.
That sounds like a
It's
Connecticut
cold
issue
here.
right there, man. I think we just hit like what 49. I don't know about Miami, but like here we hit like 48,
dude.
and it lasted a few hours.
It's been 52, 53. So
75.
about this invasion
I
stuff,
imagine
Carlos?
he drives a truck. Listen, Frank, I remember when Biden first came, we clearly said, I know I did. I said, watch, gas prices are going to shoot up. I think we lost Frank, but he'll come back. So I'll just make my point here. I predicted, I remember I was saying it, that gas prices are going to go up, and the defense was, too bad Biden. Yeah, that was the defense right there. Sketchy's line. Presidents don't control gas prices. And I think to an extent that's not true. Policies also affect gas prices. We've cut down production, which means we're making less and we're depending on others to provide more. That affects price. Also, gas prices, I believe, work on like a futures. It's like kind of like a market thing. And Biden's message from the get-go was that he was going to try to cut down supplies and tune it down to go to renewables and all that stuff. So in a sense, the environment that he created when it came to oils and stuff like that also caused a spike in gas. So when someone says he doesn't control them at all, that's not necessarily true. He does have an influence in how the prices go. And the proof is in the pudding. The latest nonsense excuse is, oh, the economy's doing great. That's why prices are up. That's a load of crap. The economy was doing even better around, between 17 and 19 before COVID. And yet prices were like way down. Why? Because we were producing more. So, yeah, I'm not buying the whole presidents don't control gas prices thing. They may not control it all, but they've got influence in some of their decisions.
Look, the sticker was there just as a reference.
I mean, it's no coincidence, Frank, that when Obama was president and when now Biden is president, their policies are pretty identical. These are two feathers from the same bird, and yet through both of these presidents, we're experiencing the same hike in gas prices. It's not a coincidence.
No,
listen. Look, it's not. Policies matter. So their decisions.
But I really don't think. I don't think gas is higher because of the president. Okay, that's my own personal opinion.
That's fine.
Okay, because even when Trump was president, okay, gas did go up. Obviously, it didn't go up to as high as it is now
and then it went down.
Yeah, it went down. It went down his last year in office. Okay.
Listen, I'll say it this way.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Okay. It went down his last year in office. COVID hit what? Hello, COVID-19. 2019. Okay. When we put a stop on everything, okay, where people weren't really going to work, people weren't really driving, gas dropped.
And I'm not even counting that. Remember, I said 17, 18, and 19. So at the end of 19 and 20, I won't talk about that because I understand COVID played a huge role in why prices tanked. So I'm not giving anybody credit for that except the virus. But remember, I told you, Frank, when Biden was first elected, what did I say? I said, since Trump's election until the end, at least in my area, so that's the only thing I can gauge. In my area, I did not pay $3 of gas for 4 years. It never went over $3 out here. And then suddenly the asterisk becomes president, and now we're all paying $3.20, $3.30. And now and dig it. I'm going to say it now. I'll call it again. It's winter. When the summer blends kick in, prices are going to go up even higher. This is not a coincidence, though. This is not just
Carlos. But okay, let's look at this as a whole, just without not just gas alone.
Well,
everything is more expensive,
right?
Okay, and now the problem I'm having here is that everyone points a finger and go, "Oh, it's Biden's fault." Okay, I forgot. No, hold on. I forgot.
I'm not saying anything. Go ahead.
I was over at my friend's house a couple of weeks ago. Okay. And whatever, we're shooting the shit, and We're talking just about going to the grocery store. And this girl just comes out and says, it's Biden's fault. And Carlos, I mean, I just jumped out of my fucking chair. Okay? Because why? I looked at her and I go to her and I said, tell me one thing you know about politics. And you want to know what her response was to me?
Oh, this is the average American response, regardless of side. Go ahead.
It was, I know the president's Biden.
You know what? She said
I know
what?
that the president is Biden. And there's a left and there's a right. Okay? I looked at her and I go to her and said, then you know what? You have no right to talk. And I took a step further.
Mm-hmm.
I go to her, I go, did you vote? She looked at me, she goes, no. I said, okay, then you have no right to talk.
Yeah.
You cannot sit here and criticize, my opinion. You cannot sit here and criticize a president or any political character. Okay?
I mean, if you're consistent with that, then fine. I won't argue that.
Okay?
I won't argue that.
Because if you vote, you can sit there and say, okay, look, this is what it is. If you don't vote, you have no say-so in the matter. Because you didn't exercise your vote.
I mean, unless she couldn't. I don't know her personal story. I mean,
No, she could vote.
All right. No, good.
So,
Good.
Sketchy. Hi, sorry I didn't greet you earlier. I got tied up. I had to get off. So, gas prices are determined by the price of oil.
Of course.
Who controls the price of oil? Refining, marketing, and distribution, and taxes are the main factors to gas prices also.
So
right on the nail.
That goes exactly to what I said earlier. If our leadership has made it a point to cut down production, Frank, it's pretty simple, man. The less of something, the more it's going to cost. We cut down production. Not only did we cut down production, but we're also depending on others now who control their own prices. That makes us vulnerable to the price increase that we're dealing with. I'm not going to say he's totally in charge of why it's gone up, but he's played a hand in it. He's not absolute from this phenomenon.
Yeah,
and
but you know what? But inflation's gone up everywhere. It's not just here in the States.
That's what happens when you pump out $2 trillion in just printed money. When you have more of anything, the value of it goes down. That's what we're dealing with. I mean, in 1 year,
look, in the European Union, they saw a rate of 5% increase of inflation. Okay, Canada's also seen it. The same thing with South Korea, Turkey, and all these other countries. Everybody's experiencing it. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, I can't sit here and say it's Biden's fault. Now, granted, do I think that he's done a good job being a president? Fuck no. Okay, I'm not defending the guy, but you know, people can't sit here and point the finger at him for everything. They cannot.
You know,
it's unjust, Carlos.
I mean,
it's
you're
unjustified.
talking to me about finger pointing. You know, I'm trying to reach it, Frank. I just can't.
Hey, look, yeah, dude, that's just watch. That's just January 6th was caused by Donald Trump.
Now, even before that, I mean,
January 6th was caused by Donald Trump.
I say that again.
January 6th was caused by Donald Trump. You're gonna sit here and say no.
No.
What's up, guys? I have no idea who you are, Facebook user.
There it is. The mystical Facebook user has returned.
Make sure you go ahead and on your Facebook stuff, you accept the StreamYard so we can see who you are.
We always love Facebook user. He's our favorite Anon.
Definitely.
Oh, man. No, Frank, I mean, all I can only speak for us, and I know since he's been in office, once again we're printing a ton of money. The printing money never stopped. Let's be honest. That's gone on, but he's put that shit into overdrive, and so you print the money, the dollar devalues, you get inflation. It's simple math or simple economics. And so, dude, I'll say it, and I think the way you just painted it is fair, which is why I'm painting it the way I am, which is I'm not going to point the finger.
I was on with you guys.
Oh,
I think he's on the group.
Yeah. Okay.
Got you. But look, I'm gonna put a link up real quick. Not a link, but what you gotta do here. StreamYard.com, not Facebook. And just go ahead and accept it, and then we'll be able to see your comments. Or not your comments, but everything involved.
I have to admit, Frank, I'm happy. Like, because I know last week you were just like pitching a fit about, I want to talk about politics. I don't want to think of it. And now here we are.
Dude, you know what? Carlos, it's one of those where I think that we got to go back to where we came from.
Oh, all right. Okay.
As much as I'm sick of politics and I'm tired of freaking dealing with it, okay, we got to get back into it.
Well, there's some key things going on now that are going to affect this year. I mean, it's an election year, dude. It's an election year.
Yeah, well, you know what? We're going to go back into politics.
Let's see.
You know, we're still going to dive into the other stuff. You know, look at this one. Thanks, Hector. Dwayne Johnson for president, 2014. Yeah, you know what? John Cena's going to be his running mate. You know?
That's all we need, man. The U.S. to be run by former wrestlers. Holy hell. That would be like idiocracy to the T.
That would be awesome, though, man.
I don't know about all that.
Hey, look, I think it would be great. Because then, you know, on the hard-hitting wrestling show, we can talk presidencies.
Yeah, at that point, like, all the shows are just going to melt together.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad at all. So, to wrap up inflation, it's not Biden's fault.
It kind of is. I'm just going to leave it at that.
I say you're wrong.
All right. Well, hey, there we go.
You know, this is why this show is invented.
Right on.
All right. Okay, so going back to, let's see. It's funny. I did this show. I put all the topics in yesterday. All right. Little did I know that our wonderful president, all right, was gonna have a conference today.
That conference today.
Okay. Lo and behold, I didn't see it.
Oh, man.
I've got a couple, I got a little glimpse of it here and there. I just really didn't have, oh gosh, I had it and I lost it. I hadn't really seen it, to be honest with you. But I did get some clips out of it.
I heard what I could between kids and whatnot, but I was able to hear some of it. You know, he started off all nice and poised. He's fine until the questions come in. Once he stops reading, it becomes a beautiful thing.
Yeah, but you know what? I think that happens with anybody, Carlos, because you're here and you're reading whatever's going to be, whatever you have.
Right.
Right now, I have a script in front of me, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and read from my script.
Yeah, but he's
exceptional. I already know the script because I wrote it. So I'm just going to...
You're stating the obvious, though. You're stating the obvious. Anybody can read and sound good.
What happens is, and this is with anybody, when you start getting asked questions, okay, you got to sit there and you got to watch what you say and how you say it. Okay, yeah, you see your face says it all right now. You're like, yeah.
I mean, yeah, but even at this point, though, his honesty starts to come out, and then you really start to hear what's going on. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. But hey, I mean, so what do we? I want to hear from you first. Like, we're 1 year into this anomaly. What's your take on the man?
Dude, I don't think he's done much.
You don't think he's done much? Okay.
No, I think.
What were you expecting? And I guess let me ask it this way: what were you expecting? And how has he? I guess if you're saying that, then you're what I'm guessing or what I'm hearing is he's come up short for you. What has he not done?
Dude, it's everything combined. You know, it's the whole division of this country, which was not his fault to start out with. Country's been divided for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I was hoping that he could at least, you know, shorten the gap. Because the gap's here, man. You know, and I know that it's not completely on him. You know, but somewhere, somehow, between him and Congress and everybody else involved, we have to kind of try to work together for some things. And I just, instead of having.
What happened? I lost you, Frank. Your audio went down. But I can still read lips. I will ad-lib in Frank's absence. I'll let you know when you come back on. So Frank was alluding to the fact that we're still a divided country, and we are. And in my opinion, the unity president has done little to try to unify anything. I feel that he talks out of both sides of his mouth, which is an obvious political accusation, I believe. Damn right, Joe. Hallelujah. Let's go, Brandon. Frank, say that again.
He's absolutely right. Let's go, Brandon.
Yes, sir. Yes, I agree with Joe. This is a Powerball night right here. I can hear I can hear you, but you sound muffled, just so you know. You know, he was supposed to unify, and I've heard numerous speeches, and you know, on one hand he'll talk about we need to get together, we need to work together, and in the next breath he's like Republicans are X, Y, and Z, and so it's like there's no unity coming from this man at all. So that is an automatic letdown.
Definitely.
There we go. Oh, I guess you'll have to. Yeah, you'll work with that mic from now. That'll work. All right. So hey, go ahead and finish your point then, Frank. Now that you're back.
Dude, I lost my frame of mind. Dude, I lost my mic and I went to crap. What was I saying?
Brandon. So
yeah, I mean, look, yeah, we do agree with Brandon, right? I mean, I don't think that he's done a good job. Period. I think that he needs to get out. But you know what? It's like I said when he was first elected. Give the man a shot. Doesn't work out. Next election, bring somebody in. You know, so unfortunately, right now, unless he does something within the next 2 years, but I think that's highly.
He's got this year, and you know, it looks bleak as it is. 22 is not looking good for blue. And once the red shows up, then it's going to be basically the vice versa of what we dealt with in 1920. Investigations are going to fly in the other direction, a lot of finger pointing and hollering. But that, you know what, Frank? Again, most people see this as a hindrance, and I see it as a benefit to the structure that is our government. It was designed this way so that our government doesn't wildly change ideas, policies, all that nonsense on the, you know, in the snap of a finger. The structure of our government is designed to drag things out. We might be impatient as citizens, but that's the point. That's the point. And so, you know, it looks like red is more than likely going to take the House. Like, that's almost guaranteed. You got like almost 30 Democrats that are retiring, i.e., I don't want to get my ass kicked, retiring. But the Senate, that's always a close call, and that's why that's the beauty of the Senate. So, but he hasn't done anything to unify. He talks out of both sides of his mouth, and I hear it. I try to listen, and 1 minute he wants to talk about unity, and the next minute he's breathing fire. So it's like it's not working. No one's buying it.
All right, so I get that. How about voting rights?
That myth. All right. Go ahead.
What's so wrong? Why? Hold on. Did you say myth?
Yes, myth.
Why?
Why
myth?
We just had a presidential election with like the highest turnout in the history of forever. What are we talking about?
Voting rights.
Okay, go ahead.
What do you? I mean, what do you think about them? What do you think should happen?
I think it's a BS talking point. I think we're fine. If anything, we just need to solidify. There's the argument, or at least the way I'm hearing it, that somehow asking for identification is now like a racist idea. I think that's
I mean, they've always asked for identification.
Right, but that seems to be like something that's being argued now. And then, of course, they want options. So they want like ballot harvesting and mail-in ballots and stuff. Look, other countries forbid that kind of stuff because they're not stupid and they understand that that's rife with fraud. I don't know why we're trying.
I can tell you
know why.
Okay, the bill require on voting access. Okay,
go for it.
We're looking at Election Day as a federal holiday.
I agree with that.
I agree with that. We're going to tackle these on.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. I've said for years we need to have that whole day off. That's ridiculous that we got to like fly there after work. Go ahead.
And I think we're going to agree on this one also. Online, automatic, and same-day voter registration.
Listen,
okay, hold on. Look, listen. It's voter registration.
Just to register?
Just to register.
Okay.
On the same day. Okay, I think that's doable.
Okay.
Okay. A minimum of 15 days of early voting, including during at least 2 weekends. I think that's too much.
Honestly, I don't think
I will say a week.
Yeah.
And 1 weekend.
So you have some people in this country who know who they're going to vote for, like before anything. I somehow feel that we should at least, I mean, I don't ever want to say force because that kind of counters what I usually stand for. But the fact that there's so much voting going on prior to debates, like I find that kind of ridiculous. But you do have a large section of people who are just straight color voters, like red, blue. It's so, but there should be a limit to how early is early. Sketchy, I can't agree with that. Plenty of people who live in poor areas know exactly where their DMV is. I'm not necessarily buying into that. Sorry.
Sketchy.
I'm not.
You know what? I understand what he's saying.
I do. Yeah. No, I mean, if anything, I'll give him the rural areas because they have to travel super far. But like the poor people and all that, they all know where their DMV is. They know how to take a bus. They know how to get there. They can walk there. You ask anyone or almost anyone in a poor neighborhood where their DMV is, they'll tell you. So, no, I'm not. I don't think completely sold on that.
No, he brings up good topics here. Okay, look, 90%, and this is just me shooting from the hip. I'm not 100% concrete on this, right. But I'm going out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that disabled people, they're going to have an ID,
right?
Because if you're disabled, you're getting some kind of check.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, whether it's a government check, whether it's a veteran, whatever it is, you're getting some type of form of check that you have to cash.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So people of color, they could get IDs. I don't see why not.
They can. If they don't have one, it's because they've chosen not to. They can. They know where to get it. Inner cities are rife with government centers, and that includes their DMV. They know where to go.
Now, my opinion on this, okay, and I think part of the problem is sometimes financials. It's not that expensive, but I do think that if you're going to get a government ID, whether it's a driver's license, whether it's a passport, some type of government ID, you shouldn't have to pay for it. At least once, at least once a year, once every 2 years. Okay, depending on your DMV status, So, okay, obtaining ID costs money. This is exactly what I was saying. Numerous costs, such as paying for birth certificates to apply for government issue. Okay, sketchy. This goes into what I'm saying. I think, okay, if you want, if you need an ID, I think if we go along, it's okay. Let's say your driver's license. That expires what, every once to 6 years or once 4 years or whatever it is?
I guess it depends on the state. I know here it's like 6 or 8.
Right. I think maybe, within those years.
Photo IDs in Florida are their own 10-year challenges. When you get a new one, you're like, holy shit.
Yeah. You know what? Make it every 2 years or every 4 years you're allowed to get a free ID.
Okay. I mean, I don't have an issue with that either.
Now, if you gotta go get your copy of your birth certificate, okay, I think when I got mine, I paid maybe, I can't even tell you because I don't remember, maybe $25, $30.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure the price is higher now because that was many, many years ago.
Right.
But I think, that stuff on a long-term basis, right? You make it longer. Not longer, but you get one free, like birth certificate. You get one free every 15 years. I don't know, or every 10 years, whatever.
Yeah,
your ID, one free every 4 years.
And I'm okay with all that because at the end of the day, that helps solidify identification. And I'm all for a system that absolutely verifies who the voter is and a protection of their vote. So I'm okay with improving ID access. What I'm not okay with is all this other alternative nonsense on how to vote. That's when I start, that's when the shade starts to show up. And I'm not down with that.
So going on to this list, right? No excuse mail voting with ample access to ballot drop boxes and online ballot tracking.
No.
No, okay, it went further. In addition to streamlined election mail delivery by the U.S. Postal Service. I don't even understand that. I think that's just, look, you get 15 days to vote. Okay? Make it a week.
It's stinky.
No, you know what? You make it 15 days. If your vote doesn't get there in time because you mailed it late, that's on you.
True. I'm also not down with this whole we can count stuff 7 days after it shows up nonsense. I don't know if that's in there.
I don't think that should happen. And
Right.
that's where this is where that no excuse mail voting with ample access to ballot drop boxes and online ballot tracking, in addition to streamlined election mail delivery by the U.S. Postal Service. Now, what they should do is make these drop boxes, and I think they have them. All right,
Excuse me.
make the drop boxes for only the elections. And you know what? The last pickup is, let's say, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, the day of the election.
Drop boxes?
Yes.
That's when you start to lose me. I'm not.
That is the only thing that I could think of that will work for these individuals that cannot make it to the polling sites.
Yeah, so we do need
Okay.
to come up with something for, I know, like the military members who are, they got the absentees out there, and maybe for disabled people who can't move. But when you make it like mainstream, where just drop boxes are everywhere, nah, that's when it becomes a problem. That's when it has the potential to become a problem.
Like, look, here state it goes. States will need to accept a wide range of forms of non-photographic identification in places where ID is required to vote. This goes back to what we were talking about earlier about IDs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think you need to have an ID to vote.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay,
I would even take it further. Fingerprints too. Whatever. Anything.
no.
Yes. The more
Fingerprints. No,
security,
get the fuck out of here. Fingerprints.
No. We all have a different fingerprint. Doesn't matter. All right. All you gotta do is rub your finger on some shit and you're fine. The more you can do to solidify and protect my vote through identification, the better. The better. You can even scan my eye if you want. But I
think fingerprints going too much.
I'm just saying, Frank.
Listen,
it doesn't have to be a fingerprint.
You know what that is? That just means that someone's gonna grab your hand and do one of these. Listen, I don't fucking like people, nonetheless, freaking touching me. Okay, I deal with people nowadays because I don't have a choice. Okay, I told my job the other day, hey, let me work from home. I work a lot better from home than what I do in the office. You want to know why? Because I don't got to be around fucking stupid people.
You got to be more social, man. You can't be like that. That's that caveman
No, dude,
attitude.
listen. If I could get, and I kid you not, if I had a microwave, a fridge in my bedroom,
Yeah.
because I have a bathroom.
Frank wants his own fallout shelter.
Listen. Nobody will see me, not even my kids, because I will stay in my room. I could stay in my room all day. I've done it. Okay,
Frank, come on, man.
When I don't want to be seen and I don't want to freaking talk to nobody, I lock myself up and that's it.
Ugh. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy some some away time too, but that's out there, Frank. I didn't know that about you. I didn't realize you were such an isolationist.
Oh yeah. Okay. I like to be isolated. I don't, again, my boss, he asked us what he wants to go work from home. I was like, me? He goes, no, you can't. He should have told me, no, you can't. I was like, then why are you asking?
I was just checking.
He let other people go, hey, Joe, I don't know if you're still on, but if you are, we are willing to do that cross show. So let's put it together. But either way, so going back, let's go through these things. Counting eligible votes on a provisional ballot cast in the wrong precinct.
Oh, wait a minute. Say that again?
Counting eligible votes on the provisional ballots cast in the wrong precinct. No, I'm sorry. If you vote in the wrong precinct, you shouldn't be voting.
Yeah. Wow.
Your vote shouldn't count.
No, nothing wrong there. Nothing wrong can happen there. Absolutely not.
I don't agree with that. So impose stricter regulations on voter list maintenance that make it harder for states to remove eligible voters from the rolls.
And who's going to determine what's eligible? I mean, they do a bang-up job of that right now. And yes, like my face is clearly riddled with sarcasm.
I don't know about that. More protections and resources to serve voters with disabilities and overseas military voters.
Fine by me.
I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. Greater federal protections and oversight for voting in U.S. territories.
I mean, they're territories. I'm not sure how to address that. They're
Yeah, I don't know if could it be just for maybe absentee voters?
I don't know. I mean, again,
because
look,
from my understanding, the people that live in U.S. territories, and maybe I'm wrong, don't really vote. Or do they?
I've never paid attention. I don't think so. Like they don't have electoral votes as far as I'm concerned.
Hey, Ovi or anybody that's out there, my Puerto Rican friends, do you guys vote in your island?
I mean, they vote for like their governor and
right, but do they vote for the president in the island?
I don't know. They don't have electoral votes, so I'm not sure. I don't think so. Like the Electoral College is based on our 50 states. I don't think it includes territories. I never see like Puerto Rico's votes are in.
Yeah, me either. So I don't
have
think
gone
they do.
red. I've never seen that. So I don't believe so.
Why Puerto Rico residents can't vote, even though yeah, I guess residents vote for president. I don't think they vote.
I don't believe so. Not for president, no.
From what I see, they can't vote president.
They can? Can
No.
or can't? No. Yeah,
They
they
don't.
can't.
No.
They don't have electoral
No, okay.
representation, so no, they don't vote. I didn't think so.
So I guess right. So I guess this means it's probably for protections and oversight for voting U.S. territories overseas. I guess this is more for absentee voters. I don't think that's
guess.
even
Outside of that. Honestly, I would not want the government getting involved in territorial voting. Let them handle their own.
Yeah. So improving voter registration resources and outreach, in addition to reauthorizing and strengthening the U.S. Election Assistance Commission.
You know what I love about that line? It is the most vague thing you have read. That can mean so much garbage. That needs to be more specific. That's that right there is like, improving blah, 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 blah. Like how exactly? I want a bunch of hows. That doesn't tell me anything. That's a feel good line if I ever heard one. So I'm going to put a big old question mark on that one.
Okay. How about improving voter the bill? Oh, no, that's it. One more. Where is it? Hold on. I left this one last on purpose. There it is. Restoring voting rights to formerly incarcerated people convicted of felonies.
I think as long as they have served, completely done everything that is required of them to do, sure, I don't see why not.
I think if they're free and out,
exactly.
Whether they're on probation or not, they have a right to vote.
You would go with probation?
Yes, I will go with probation.
Okay. I guess that one might be a toss up, but
because this is the thing,
debt to society, as they call it. Then
but this you know what? When you're on probation, you're given free access to roam around.
True.
Okay.
True. But you have to report also.
You're right. You have to report. If you don't report, you get caught.
Right.
And
so you're not completely free, are you?
You're not, and you are.
Yeah, probation.
I think that if you're on probation and you're doing everything you have to do, okay,
you
know what? Why not? Why not be able to vote? Because you know what? You're becoming a up. No, what's that word? You're behaving good. Let's just use that. Okay. All right. No, you're behaving. You're in good standing.
I get you, Frank. And the compassionate side of me would agree with you. However, I think that there should be a clear set standard, and I think completion of your obligations, probation and all, should be the standard. Like once the court says, "Hey, you're done. You're good. Thanks," then immediately your right to vote should be reinstated. I think that just sets the bar, like there, done. Done. So I think that's just a much more concrete. As if you're on probation and you want to vote, then earn it. Get out of probation, succeed. I think it provides incentive. And listen, probation rates, failure to complete probation, they're high. Most criminals don't complete probation. They end up back. So I would say if you at least want to be a part of that system, I would use that as a motivator to help you succeed if you want to become a complete normal member of society, including having voting rights. It's just that'd be just my take, I guess. I mean, I'm not saying I'm completely right, but I think there should be some kind of set. But see, no, that's not how I see it.
People on probation or parole should be able to vote. They've already served their time. Probation and parole only monitors them to ensure they don't commit other offenses.
So that's a matter of perspective. Because to me, if you're on probation and or parole, I don't think you've completely served everything. You're still being monitored. You're still living by a different set of rules. You're prohibited from doing a bunch of stuff. They tell you, oh, you can't drink, you can't do this, you got to be home by certain. You're not completely free.
No, wait, no. When you're on probation, because I know a certain individual, okay, that they are on probation. Okay. Now, this individual works. This individual does not have to come home.
Right.
And I'm using there just so I don't say he or she.
Yeah, I mean, not all probations are the same, but go ahead.
So this individual does not have to go to their house. If they want to come over to my house and spend the night at my house, they spend the night at my house. Okay. Now, does this individual get monitored? Yes, they do. Okay. Are they like, okay, what are you doing for work? Oh, okay. Where are you working? Oh, okay. I said that twice, 2 different ways. Saw that I caught myself. Okay. How much money are you making? So, you are being viewed. They do see you. Okay. But, you're on probation or parole, whichever way you want to call it. I think probation and parole is probably the same thing.
I think one has much more restrictions and things like that.
Okay,
still,
but
that's the whole point is you're still serving some kind of
but you know what? But you're out and walking about.
I know. That's a thin
line. You're out
and
walking about in society.
Yeah, it's a thin line.
I think that if you're out and you're walking around in society, you have every single right to go ahead and vote. You're not incarcerated though. Probation is for jail. Parole is for prison. If you're not incarcerated in an institution, that person should have freedom to vote. This goes right back to what I was saying. Well, at least I know Sketchy and I agree.
That's a perspective. Okay. I would probably use voting as a motivator and not allow it until you're completely done. You're completely done. Once the courts dismiss you, you should have all those rights restored and do what you want to do. Go vote. I think it's just a bar setter. Honestly, neither you or I feel are wrong on this. It's not a wrong or right thing. It's really like, where do we draw the line? And so,
look, man, all this stuff is. Oh gosh, I moved everything around.
So
all this is all up for discussion. I mean, I think that whichever way you slice it. Where do we put this?
Yeah.
No, if you're an entrepreneur working, paying taxes, and being a normal citizen, you should have the freedom to vote. That's again Sketchy. I agree with you, and I think Carlos, up to a certain point, also agrees. I think for him, it all depends on what the crime.
I mean, if you're on probation or parole, it's usually pretty serious. Usually.
Yeah. As a society, we need to make voting easier and more accessible to everyone. Yes, Sketchy, I couldn't agree with you more. I think that as a society, we have to do things better. I think we need to make things easier to vote. I think right now the way voting is could be fixed.
Oh yeah.
No, look, I think a lot of things could be tweaked.
Listen, I'm all for easier and accessible, but not at the sake of security. If you're going to start trying to make things easier and accessible, and security is going to become an issue as a result of your easier, more accessible access, no.
I agree. I completely agree with you on that. It's security's top. Security's
It
top
is.
thing.
That's top. Bottom line, that is the most important thing. You want to invent whatever you can to make it a more easier and thorough process so that everybody can have a chance to do it. Fine by me, but do not risk or put security in jeopardy of your ideals, because security will override anything you toss at me. As soon as I find out that something you're suggesting has the possibility for some sort of corrupt activity or fraud, no.
I think we're on the money. I think we're on the money there. Hey, listen, it is what it is, and we're there. I mean, what can we do? So, this is the part of the show where we have a rant.
Rant.
Do you have a rant of the week, Carlos?
Not really. I mean, if anything, I'm kind of frustrated by the fact that, Frank, one thing that we suffer from here in Florida, for all you non-Florida listeners, is we have this problem where we do things to protect ourselves, and when they don't, whatever it is we're protecting ourselves from doesn't happen, we get mad. This especially happens with hurricanes. Like, we start boarding up, we start putting all that effort into closing our windows and destroying the supermarkets, and then it misses us and we get mad. We get mad. It's like, man, I went through all this work, and then the shutters stay up for months, so we're living in caves. It's one of the negative aspects of living in Florida. But I'm kind of feeling this way with regards to the booster and the shots. I've taken 3 shots. I've been sick solely because of the shots. I'm kind of mad. But at the same time, I'm like, don't be an idiot. You don't want to catch the disease and like put the boosters and the shots to use, quote unquote. But I mean, damn. You know what I mean? I feel like I put up the shutters and I'm getting sick from everything but COVID. So it's not really a rant because, again, I'm thankful. I have not officially, to my knowledge, caught COVID. But these shots keep messing me up. And this booster, I think, pissed me off because it was an on-off situation that lasted days, and to the point where I still had to take time off work, even when I shouldn't have. But protocol's protocol. If you're coughing it up or you have any kind of fever, they want you home. So that's my rant. Damn it.
So I guess your rant is a rant.
It is.
Hey, look, you know what? I'm solely happy. I'm glad. I'm glad your rant of the week, you're able to just get it out. So do you feel better? Because I mean, I could tell you,
I do.
I
but
feel
it's your
better
turn. Your rants
when
are
I have
better.
my rants. My rant of the week.
We're listening, Frank. Go ahead.
Look, without expressing much or who I'm talking about, I know that some people are going to know who I'm talking about, and I was told not to do this.
Uh-oh.
But I'm going to do it.
Don't.
I'm going to do it anyways. And I think that person's listening right now.
That was quick. Don't.
You see, I discussed the show with Elizabeth.
All right.
Elizabeth, I promise I won't mention names. But look.
All right. So why don't we give this person a name so you don't slip? It's got to be something completely androgynous. Like,
I can't. If I give it.
No. Just a made up name, like a name that could be like for either a boy or a girl. Let me think.
Satan.
Wow. That's a lot of animosity, Frank.
Satan.
All right, go with Satan.
You know when Satan. You know when
They said-
Satan strikes.
Oh, you posted something about this. I remember now. I don't remember who. Oh, that's capital letters, Pablo. That's screaming in text. All that's missing is exclamation points, and that's coming probably here in 5 seconds.
I'm just waiting for my phone to ring. All right, look, man. This is simple. I don't care who you are or what you are.
I like that.
Okay.
Or what you are.
In life, you need to let, what is it? Sleepy dogs lie.
Right. Okay.
Okay. In life, you need to let sleepy dogs lie. You need to let individuals just continue on with what they're doing in life. Whether you're happy, whether you're not. Okay. You cannot go ahead and put blame on stuff that you have no control over.
Fair enough.
Okay. Just let life go. Be happy.
Damn,
Don't
this is vague.
don't get yourself in a rut where then you blame everybody else but yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes you got to take a look in the mirror, deep in there, and understand that life does not revolve around you.
True.
So going
Sounds like
forward,
we're dealing with a narcissist.
possibly,
Yeah. Okay.
you know,
All right.
life is a bitch. Then you die. So you know what? While you're in this world, make your life happy.
Like lemonade, lemons, that whole deal.
Yes.
All right. That makes
You
sense.
see? For real.
Real. She seems much happier now. The letters got smaller.
Yes, she did. All right, so let's see what's here. My rant is the sorry ass Dallas Cowboys lost yet again in the playoffs. The 49ers are going to stomp the Packers and head to the NFC Championship game. Wine them, dine them, 49 them, go Niners.
You know, I mean, I love Sketchy, but I guess I got to be upfront with Sketchy. I have hated the Niners since I was a kid. I cannot stand the Niners. They make me sick. There's that one team everybody has. Everybody has that one team that just like makes like all the hairs in the back of their neck stand up, and you're just like, Ugh. For me, it's the Niners. I don't know why. I've always hated the Niners, but you know, whatever. And it's not even like my favorite team. I mean, they used to be rivals, but I don't know. I think it was watching Montana. I hated them, and so I hated them. And I think
You
that's
know,
what started it.
I'm going to disagree with you there, Carlos. I like the Niners. I actually like the Niners because of Joe Montana and Steve Young, Jerry Rice, Dwight Clark, Ronnie Lott, Roger Craig. Do I need to go on and on?
Man,
You know,
you're
I
making
like the
violent
Niners. I think I like the Niners.
Garbage.
You know, do I think they're gonna go all the way? I don't know. Who knows? But we'll see
they
how it
don't have
goes.
the best team,
I'm
they're
glad,
hot
but
right
I'll be
now,
very
so,
honest.
you know.
I'm glad that the Dallas Cowgirls are out.
Oh yeah, no, I got no love for them.
I
can't
hate
stand them
Dallas.
either. I hate Dallas too.
I've never liked Dallas, and even when they were Junior. Because remember, at one point they had all the UM
Those
alumni.
were like the worst years of football for me. I hated watching NFC championship games. Every year was the damn Niners and Cowboys. I'm like, this just sucks on so many levels.
Yes. So sketchy. Let's see. 10% is what happens to you. 90% is how you react to it. Sketchy peasant. Only worry about the things you can't control. You know, sketchy. I live like that. One of my favorite sayings is stress what you can control. don't stress what you can't control. At least we all three can agree that Dallas Cowboys suck.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure.
Yep.
Let's see
I got
what
no love for the
Elizabeth.
Stars.
Misery loves company. Yeah. I completely agree. I think Misery does love company, and individuals like to make life misery.
That's true. I mean, that's that's a no-brainer. That's you can find someone and easily say, look, that person's trying to make you mad because they're miserable. That's just how people are, or at least a lot of people. And so it's a sad reality, but that's kind of human nature.
Yeah.
Kinda.
But hey, we had a good show this week.
Yes, we did. It was a good show.
You know,
A damn good show.
I think Wednesday nights are starting to come too. You know,
I mean, yeah, I have my brain is still not used to it. Like I'm like humming through the week, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wait a minute, Wednesday. Oh crap, I got a show. So even though I'm cool with how it's working, my brain still thinks Friday. So it's like,
well, you want to know what the funny thing is that I was on the wrestling show yesterday, and we came up with speaking at Rio on Wednesday nights and Friday nights.
you had to
I'm
correct
like,
me. Listen, man.
after the show, I was like, hey, Ovi, we're on Wednesday nights. We're not Fridays. Oh, but you want to do Fridays? I'm like, I don't know. It's a lot of content I got to come up with. Why? You want to do Fridays with me?
Hey,
Well, I don't know how to do it Friday. You know, but
yeah.
I was
not a
like,
bad
we'll see
idea,
what
man.
happens.
It's not a
You know
bad
what,
idea.
man? I think Fridays needs to be one of those special shows that something crazy happens. It's like a special edition Friday.
It's 2022. I'm gonna feel like you're gonna have quite a few Friday opportunities. I'm just saying.
Well, of course, it's the beginning of 2020. So let's see. We got 2 weeks down already. So I have about maybe 54 more opportunities. No, I lied. Wait, there's only 52 weeks. I added 2 weeks.
You got
Oops.
50 opportunities. Don't worry.
I got about 50 more opportunities to do a
I'm sure
Friday.
22 will provide you with plenty.
Can you imagine that? But hey, listen, guys, it's been a good show.
Thank you
for all the
everybody in the
comments.
comment section for jumping in, chiming in, talking with us. Much appreciated.
You know what? I think his name was Jose from the Cuban show.
Oh, the Cuban show?
Yes, that was Jose. Jose will welcome you on whenever you want.
Facebook user. All hail.
Great show. Nice seeing you, Frank and Carlos. Year 2 is firing on all cylinders. Keep up the good work, fellow Sketchy. Thank you very much. Hey, listen, we have 50 more weeks to get you on this show, fellow Sketchy. I want to get you on this show because I know that's not what you look like.
Ah, man.
All right. Hey, I hope the test driving cars. I hope you finally found one.
That's what I was gonna say, man. I think
know,
like on too many Wednesdays, the man's out testing vehicles. I'm just saying.
I don't know, man.
Him, you know?
I don't know. He's missed as many Wednesdays as he done Fridays so far. So
True.
you know.
True. You know, he's looking for those deals. You'll find it.
Oh yes. Hey, look, we went back into politics this week.
And as always,
Right.
it's a fiery show.
Yeah, we're gonna see what next week holds. I mean, hey, who knows? Let's see. Hold on. He goes, I'll be on one day in 2022. This is my real pick, too. I have a test driver scheduled in an hour. I'll keep you posted.
Nice.
You go for that. Nice.
Student
hey.
driver.
Yeah. So we're going to bring it to you every week for the next 50 weeks. Maybe once, maybe twice. Maybe within those 50 weeks you will agree with what we're speaking, or maybe you will disagree with what we're speaking. But I guarantee you that within those 50 weeks, at some given point or another, we, you, Carlos, even Ovi, or whoever else is on this show, or Kim, or Dan, will be speaking it real.
Except Elizabeth. She straight up said don't.
But I did, and I did a good job at it. Next week.
Good night, everybody.
DJ.